Welcome to Mining for Part Numbers. On this episode, I'm going to show you how to put an engine back into a 2020 Canam Renegade Xmr 1000R. Same way you take it apart is the same way you put it back together. So let's get to it. Let's get that engine back in the frame. Slide your prop shaft in. Have to get all the clamps back on there. New oil curve clamps. But make sure that you put this in before your engine bolts. Before you push the engine and gearbox back in, make sure you line up your drive shaft splines. They're a lot easier to line up right now while everything's loose. I have things kind of lined up for the upper engine mount and the lower one down there. So now we're going to slide her into place. Little movements now, right? Make sure that you're not pinching anything and everything's routed the proper way. I think I'm good there. This guy here, when you slide it back, make sure you flip that back over the throttle body. Pretty important to make sure it's on the right hand side before you put all your engine bolts back in. And then now I'm going to keep it on here until she gets into place. Tight. A little bit of blue Loctite goes a long way. Upper engine mounts up here. Threads right into the engine. 15 mil. And all I'm going to do here is snug everything up, because I'm going to make sure that everything is in the right spot before I start tightening everything down. Oh. Now we start running our electrical and everything back to what it's supposed to be connected to. Spark plug wires up here. The shorter one goes to the front cylinder. The longer one up here goes to the back cylinder. Route it however you see fit. I'm gonna route it back the same way that it came. Voltage rectifier right here. This guy here, yellow on it. This guy goes under the back, over on the back side here. So we're gonna run that back, and that has to go through here, underneath, and plug in the back. A little bit of dielectric grease on it goes a long way. Let's get that done. A little bit of dielectric grease in the connection before we put it back together. Make sure that you don't get it on the actual contacts, because remember, dielectric grease is not a conductor. It's an insulator. So the whole idea of it is to keep the water out, not improve the connection. Got it? And we'll need some cable ties to clean this up a little bit for cable management. Other than that, we're good to go. We'll do something like that. Engine ground is right here. This one reconnects to the screw here. Got to run your main connectors, ECM and ECM2. That's how I label them. Make sure when you're putting it into that you run it across the motor like this, and then this is going to run through to the front, back to here. A little bit of dielectric grease, clean those up, pop them back on, good to go. Oh yeah, good sound. Good. Good, good, good. Gotta reconnect the magneto for the spark plugs once you put the spark plugs in. That's kind of up and round and under here. It's difficult to get to say the least. There it is. Boom. Got her. Gotta reconnect all your coolant lines, upper and lower. Reconnect the upper. There she is. And then the lower. And then this vent line goes underneath here. Boom. Support. Gonna reinstall this just to route everything properly. And then I know where everything's supposed to actually go. Reconnect your injectors. Rear one here, front one here. Reconnect your positive starter cable over here. Time to reinstall the exhaust. Clutch backing plate. Make sure you put the O-rings back in where you found them. 1, 2, and a little bit of silicone around the perimeter goes a long way from keeping water out. Because these leak. From brand new, these leak. We've had so many machines that they always leak in between here. So, slap this guy back on, and we're good to go. Don't forget your coolant. Really important. Time to reinstall the clutches. I have aftermarket clutches, so I can't show you how to change those. This is where we're at. Secondary. Make sure you line up the splines in the transmission before you push it all the way back. And there she is. And then we can spread it, put the belt on, put the primary bolt in, secondary bolt in, torque everything, good to go. There we go, belt's on, back the spreader up. Primary, if you have an STM, it's 80 foot-pounds. And a screwdriver holder, works great. Come on. There she is. Torque. Secondary. 40 foot-pounds. Which isn't much. And we're rolling. Crankcase vent line hose. Don't forget to reconnect that guy on your air box. Tucked underneath here. That's that one there. Pops on right here. Under the crankcase there. There we go. Connect your CVT intake and exhaust. Your actual exhaust. Heat shield on. Check everything over, make sure everything's good. That's where we're at. Put the airbox back on. Make sure everything lines up before we push her back and clears in the center here. Air intakes and everything. There. Sweet. The 2 bolts here, you gotta do those 2 up. The one in the front, couple on the side. Make sure that your power and everything's ran properly. And then we can fire it up. Make sure it actually works. And then final assembly. And okay, now I'm going to top up the coolant. We got it running. Very happy. Good news. Alright boys, drive shaft bolts in. Prop shaft oil clamps are on. I'm kind of final assembly now. Plastics, you know, the rest of the bling bling, you know how to put those on. So there's Canam engine install. Any questions? Comment below. Like to hear from you. Check out Handful. Custom smash gloves. Woo. Yeah, smash gloves, smash 10. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, ride. See you in the next one. Moment of truth now. I'm gonna go see, make sure it actually works. So there's that. And put some coolant into it a little bit more. Otherwise though, engine back in. It's a lot of work. A lot of work to make, to pull an engine out of these things. Easier than expected, but still a lot of work. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, share, and of course ride. And I'll see you in the next one.